Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another inspiring episode of Volusia Flagler Cares podcast. Hello, I'm your host, Kelly Lacombe, and we're thrilled to have you join us as we shine a spotlight on the incredible nonprofits, community services, and local organizations that make a difference right here in our neighborhoods. Each week, we dive into the heart of Volusia and Flagler counties, discussing transformative fundraisers, uplifting events, and pressing local issues. Together, we explore how we can support our community members in need and foster a spirit of compassion and collaboration. So, whether you're a longtime listener or tuning in for the first time, thanks for being a part of our journey to create a positive change. So, let's get started. Tonight, my guest is Mike Feldbauer, president of the Flagler County Drug Court Foundation, and Alan Lowe, a respected board member of the Drug Court Foundation, and also the Volusia Flagler Cares producer and partner with Mike in Flagler Voice. Wow, that was a lot. So, Mike, we got to talking, and man, you have been doing this for quite a while.
Yeah, I've been involved in here in Flagler County as a volunteer member on the Flagler County Drug Court, going on 13 years. And shortly after that part, getting involved in the Flagler County Drug Court Foundation, which is a nonprofit that was developed in 2009 to help the participants in the drug court program with things that the court can't do for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, I want to say, roped into it. into the presidency to run the organization, and for about 10 years I've been looking for a replacement, but they haven't stepped forward yet, so I'm still doing that.
That's
getting
the one
very
thing
involved
about volunteering, man. You got to have your replacement ready.
Oh, I keep calling out and say, who wants to be trained? But I don't know. Maybe I got to turn my hearing aids up. I'm not getting those
Well,
voices.
I have to say, you've done a pretty remarkable job of getting something that could be a real disaster in our local community and kind of, turning lemons into lemonade. I don't know.
Well, we do our best at it. It's a tough topic.
Yes.
In our community and in most communities. We have some special issues here in Flagler County. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not been a smooth road, but we're hanging in there. We don't give up. Every year we seem to be able to get a little bit more done than before, so we keep doing it. I do want to give you one little bit of information. At the last minute, Alan got called out, so he won't be with us. He won't be with us today. It's just you and me. We can talk about him if you want later, but
sure, we will. We got it. He had a challenging year as well.
Yes.
But what a just a great guy. I just feel so blessed to have met both him and you. It's been tremendous, really, really. Thanks for sharing and caring.
Well, we thank you for that. Let me give you a little history on Alan, so I can talk about him because he's not here.
Nice.
I met Alan multiple years ago when he was involved in politics, and he was running, I think, for the first time for mayor. And I interviewed every mayoral candidate to see what their views are in the world of recovery in Flagler County, particularly in Palm Coast. Alan's the only one that really stepped up. And we did a video for his promotion of his candidacy, and I have it online that I had a commitment from him. I said, Alan, what happens if you don't win? Are you still going to commit yourself to this world of recovery and helping us in the community? And he said yes, and he has.
Man.
Okay, he's one of the few politicians I've met that the words that come out, and they are.
Right. And the follow through happens, right?
And it's been very helpful to us because of the way his interest into the community. He's been here. I've been here just about under 20 years, but he's been here a whole lot longer. he can move me and direct me into places that I would not have been able to get to because
Right.
of his experience here. And it's been a great help to have him on our board for the Drug Court Foundation.
Well, you've been doing community service, either both personal and in the business world for, almost 6 decades.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tremendous testament to, understanding that it takes a village, and you may think you don't have to give back, but you do have to give back.
Well, giving back, once you learn that giving back is as much for who you're giving, but as for yourself.
Yeah.
It's rewarding, and it is something we need to do. I learned long time ago, and the reason I do the volunteer work that I do now, uh, at one point in time, I was a volunteer at our local YMCA. I was the liaison from the youth department to the board of directors.
Wow.
And I was able to accomplish a lot of things doing that. But at that same period of time, I said, whoa, man, I think I'd really I want to go into and become a YMCA youth director because of what I've seen.
Right.
Well, I did that. I was a YMCA youth and camp director for a few years. And then I realized I accomplished more in the period of time that I was a volunteer than I could as an employee. I didn't have the
Well, that's
same
got to
restrictions
skew your
as the
whole.
employees do. So I realized that in a volunteer you can do a lot more because what are they going to do? Fire you? I don't think
Right,
so.
right.
Okay.
Well, you don't want to be, totally, uh, but man, that's a long time. That really is, Mike.
It is a long time. And when I finally retired, just around 20 years ago now, shortly after we moved down here,
Hmm.
retired in the end of '06, beginning of '07. I said, okay, now I have time to really give back, and what do I want to do? So I searched around the community and see what's available that I could do and feel accomplished in doing. And I met a local pastor called Pastor Charles Solano, who runs
Hmm.
the Grace Community Food Pantry, which is one of the 7 largest community pantries in our. It is the 3rd largest in our 7 largest in our northern counties. Currently serving over 12,000 people in Flagler County, and got involved and volunteered there. So I was volunteering there. I was actually moved and went to his church, but he had a history in the world of recovery. His
Hmm.
background, his stuff is incredible. Sometimes if you want to get a good person to come on, and we'll get him on and talk about that.
Yeah.
And he had a desire to open up the first recovery house in Flagler County. It was a Christian recovery house. The first one was for men. And because of my administrative background in my business areas, I jumped on board to help him do that. And that got me involved in the drug court program because all our first clients came
Hmm.
from drug court, got me involved there. So that's how I got involved locally in what we're doing here. And
Right.
at the time when I got heavily involved, I thought that I would never have done this. Now it's a calling on my life.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
It's something that I'm called to do. Every once in a while, I say, "Hey, God, give me a break. How about a vacation?" But He says, "No, you're going to be doing what I'm telling you to do." So we do it,
Well,
and we go from
45 years of
there.
marriage. You have a
Yep.
daughter and a great son-in-law. You've been in Palm Coast for 20 years. You got things going pretty consistent. So now let's go ahead and talk about what does the drug court actually do? Is it an
Okay.
actual court?
Yes. So
Okay.
what a drug court does, and the original drug courts were founded in Florida, down in South Florida, when some of the people involved in the court system said, you know what? In dealing with the issues that we're dealing with, people that get arrested for drug related issues,
Yep.
okay, the best way to help them because they understand that addiction is not what most people believe it is. Okay. In the 13 years I've been doing this, I've never met one person that said I wanted to become an addict. Okay. It's classified medically, nationally as a disease. Okay. And we take a look because of Hollywood that people in addiction are all a bunch of bums or outlaws and doing this and doing that, but they do get in trouble. And
Yep.
most of their getting in trouble is a way of supporting the bad habit that they've gotten into, that was not
Exactly.
designed to get into. It's to cover up most of our people that are involved in whether it's drugs or alcohol addiction. It comes from early life trauma. They're covering the pain. They never got to deal with whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And somebody came up and said, "Oh, try this. It'll make you feel better." And all of a sudden, there you go. And that's how it starts. Our
Been
job,
there, done that.
yeah, yeah. What our job is, and what we've defined it as in the Flagler County Drug Court, is we will take people that are 18 or older
Mm-hmm.
that have a felony drug related arrest, and they have an
Related, not necessarily possession.
It could be any number of things. It could be as bad as a B&E breaking into somebody's home
Sure.
unattended to get money so they can buy their drugs
Absolutely.
to pay for
That's
the hobby.
got to be
It,
90% of all B&Es.
that's it. So the system back then said there's got to be a better way than just sending these people to prison.
Right.
Okay, because most of them don't have that attitude of being a lawbreaker. They broke the law because they had a necessity to
Yep.
survive. Okay, not all. There's some others. Okay, but the majority of the people that get into it are that. So the courts decided then, why don't we call and get what we call a diversion court?
Mm-hmm.
We want to divert them from going to jail or prison. We want to put them into a program that offers them treatment,
Yep.
gives them life skill classes, all this kind of stuff that at the end of the period of time that they're in the program, that they can become a normal everyday citizen again. And the diversion courts have done extremely well. Uh, we're talking about the drug related diversion court. There are other diversion courts that are out there
Mm-hmm.
for a variety of things. But this is what we focus on here at Flagler County. We have a drug court, is a diversion court. So we'll take somebody into the system, or the judge or the state attorney says, I think this could be a good candidate. We
Right.
then talk to them about what it is. We show them what they're going to agree to. Okay, you're going to sign a contract if you come in,
So it
and
is
then
an actual contract.
it's an actual contract. It's an actual. You are you're not sent to jail. You're going to be sent to drug court, but it's your choice. Okay,
Gotcha.
so they get into drug court, and the majority of them, not all, but the majority of them, depending on what the issue was, and we don't take people that are into professional sellers. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we don't take people that got into the program because of a big physical thing, or we don't take people into the drug court for a couple other reasons that would be normally just play. It's a felony. That's it. It was not necessarily drug related. So
Right.
we don't take anybody in with sexual crimes,
Ooh,
violent
yeah.
crimes, and professional pushers. We understand that people sell drugs to help themselves. That's not a pusher. That's a
Right.
survivor. So those are the ones that get offered. So they'll go in, they'll have a meeting with the drug court coordinator. He'll go over the whole program with them. They usually go over with our treatment providers so they understand what their obligation is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Our probation officers and our state's attorneys and our public defenders are all involved. Our particular court consists of our judge, our drug court coordinator, okay, our state's attorney, our public defender, our treatment provider, our probation officer, and in our court, we're really blessed here. We have a couple of community people that are in there as volunteers. We have a doctor whose
Oh, wow.
practice is a big part of his practice is in helping people in recovery, the medical part of it. They have people like that. I'm a volunteer, and we have another person who is a volunteer on there
Mm-hmm.
who was in heavily into addiction, spent time in prison, all this kind of stuff, so they can give us as a group information so we can best plan. We have a general plan that everybody has to participate, but everybody's also different.
Right.
So you get that part and design that. And then we meet uh, 2 to 3 times a month. The people will come to the court. They'll meet in front of the judge. But prior to that meeting with the judge, our team gets together and we give the judge all the information, how that person's been doing that period of time from the last time they were there.
Right.
Are they doing what they're supposed to do under their contract? Are they going over and beyond what they're doing? Are they running into issues that they need extra help on? Okay.
Well, I
Or
can imagine that comes up quite a bit.
it does. It does. Or have they screwed up that week? Okay. And
I imagine that comes up quite a bit too,
that does
you
too.
know?
But being the type of court that we are, we don't look for reasons to get somebody out of it. We look for what's going on and see how can we help them get back on track.
Right.
Okay. So that's the thing. I mean, you got to be really bad for the judge to say you're out. Okay. What we can do and whatever we can do to help somebody, because that's our thing. We know that recovery doesn't come overnight.
Yes.
It takes a lot of time. When people come into the drug court program, a lot of them come in as a get out of jail card, and it might take them several months to really commit to the recovery portion. And when they do, they can see a difference. We've had people that have got into trouble because of medical issues. Had one young fellow who was in an automobile accident, severe, at the age of 13, and up to the age of 30, he'd been up to a certain point on narcotics for the pain. He has more metal in his back. He sets off every thing that you pass through. All of it. But when he got into the program and made his commitment, and he made a decision himself right away, he had more than 1,000 narcotic pills at his house. Whoa. And when we went to interview him, we said, "You come into the program, you're willing to turn them in?" And he said yes, and he did.
Wow.
At the age of 31, 32, he had not had even an aspirin in a year or two. And he's still doing extremely well. It's a new life that he never knew because of that. We have families that have split up, and we work on trying to get them back together. And we have many of that happening. The things that we do as the Drug Court Foundation, again, we try to do things that the court can't do for them. We help them get their education if they need a GED. We help them with those kinds of things. Some of them we've helped to get into some of the training programs that here in town at the Flagler Training Institute, or Training College now they call it, can offer to give them a better job when they get out of the program.
Well, sure.
We work on a lot of basic...
it's called ROI.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, we work with organizations that will help them in job training, get resumes, all the kind of stuff. So hopefully, if they didn't have a good career path prior to getting in trouble, they will have a better career path once they finish and get out of the program. And that's our desire, to give them something better to go back to than what they came from.
Well, otherwise, they're going to go right back and do what they did. And like you're telling me, it's not just the, 1 week go dry out. No, you get released back out. I mean, that doesn't work.
Our program is a minimum of 54 weeks.
Ooh.
Okay. And that's if you do everything. If you do everything right, you don't, even minor screw ups can set you back a few days or whatever. We've had people that have been in the program 2.5 years. At the final part, they got it right, and they're doing tremendous. So, again, we have an advantage here. We're a small court in a smaller community. We can do things that other places can't do. The fact that our court has the Flagler County Drug Court Foundation backing them up, you'll ask our judge, they don't want to do without us. They don't want to do without us because we can do things they can't do that they know that those people need to have done.
Well, sure. Yeah.
We'll handle like auto repairs for them. We will buy parts, and we got volunteer mechanics. Okay, because most of the people coming into this program don't have a whole lot. Several of them have lost their driver's license. Well, when it gets to the point where they can get their license back again, they've paid their fines and everything, we'll help them get the license back.
Well, and again, it's an investment. How do you
Yep.
expect them to work if they don't have a ways and means to get to work? And, you
Yep.
could say, oh, they could take the bus, but, come on, get
Not
real.
here in town, they can't. We don't have a real bus system here in town. So
Oh,
you can't go from one end of the town unless you call and make a reservation, and it has to be in a certain time frame. So we don't have public bus services like you find in most cities.
okay.
So
Well,
they
see,
don't
I'm
have
in
that, but and
Volusia.
we have partnerships because several of them don't have their license, don't have cars. We've got a partnership, an organization, another nonprofit called the Bike Men of Flagler, which provide them with bicycles. So they need
Nice.
transportation because they need to get to the variety of things. They need to be in
Sure.
court when they're told to be in court. They need to go to UAs. Typically, most of the participants will get a UA 2 to 3 times a week. Okay,
Wow. Well, they
they
should.
need they need to go to treatment on certain times and all this kind of stuff, and they do that. That area of having, can you imagine having the benefit of having an employee that's getting UA 2 or 3 times a week? That also has to meet with a judge, an attorney, all these other people that are watching them. You could get the best employee there is because businesses don't do that. They don't check. How many businesses do regular UAs with their employees? No.
Nobody.
Here we got that. You got the UA, so we know that they're clean. They're not using.
Mm-hmm.
They know that there's a judge watching them, a probation officer watching them, a drug court coordinator watching them. They're under some pretty tight stuff, so they're going to do the best they
Yeah.
can to do it right. Well, as they're doing all these things, they're developing those good habits,
Okay.
improving their life skills, which a lot of them lack. A lot of it.
Right.
We do
Right.
a lot of life skill training. Um, so those are the things that we find are most beneficial
Well,
to the people in our program.
you've got like I would imagine. I've thought a lot about this, but almost two different ways that this happens. You've got the kids and the people who end up kind of experimenting and finding out and getting in because it's cool. And then you have the mom who did get in a bad car wreck and her back is completely gone and she now is taking, just incredible amounts of the most addictive and, powerful drugs that there are. So when that ends, what happens?
Well, that ends when the doctor says, "Okay, I can no longer write this prescription." Okay,
Right?
then they go to the streets
That's
because
exactly right.
because because I've got this thing about the medical profession. Instead of them preparing it and working on them, getting it down, saying that we're here. Here's the things that we got to do. You
Yep.
got to get out of it. And if you have issues, you got to. Here's a group that you can go and talk to. That doesn't happen as it should.
Right.
Okay. We provide, our Drug Court Foundation was the first nonprofit in Flagler County to get a grant to give Narcan away, which saves people from overdoses from an opiate. And
Wow.
every time a doctor was supposed to write a prescription for an opiate, when you go to the pharmacy, they were supposed to tell you about it or have it there for you. And 90% of the time, they don't do it. Okay.
And it's free?
Well, we offer it for. We've got a grant to give it away free. If you go to the drugstore, it's $50 a box, which gives you 2 doses.
Okay.
We give it away free to anybody who needs it, wants it. Our team has got it into the Flagler County school system, where we provide Narcan for all the schools in case they have an
Right.
issue. We've done it with our Flagler County Tax Department, which sees over 100,000 people coming through their doors a year, because that's also the motor vehicle and tax. So they had a desire. They said we need to have it here just in case.
Yeah.
So we've worked with them. We work with churches and other organizations to provide it for whenever we do a major event. We have it out to give away, and we know that we have saved a number of people.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And we've also during that same time, when we're in an event, we're giving Narcan away, you'll get many people come up and say, nah, I don't need that. And they're right. But we treat Narcan the same as CPR. Okay? You don't know.
Right.
Okay? I've only had to use it once. I drove into my neighborhood. There was a car off to the side of the road. Guy was slumped over his steering wheel. Another couple, thank God, already got out. They were calling 911. I got out and had to dose them twice before EMS got
Really?
there. Oh, yeah.
And you revived him?
I revived them enough for EMS to come in and do what they needed to do. I got out of there then. I don't know the guy's name. It didn't
Right.
matter. Okay? And the other thing is Narcan can't hurt anybody. You don't even have to know for sure that person's overdosing. Give it to them. It can't hurt them. I lighten up
Really?
I lighten up some of the training conversations we had that we do with groups and stuff. Is that Narcan was developed in the 50s, and you know what it was developed for? It was an anti-constipation drug. So, would you rather die or have diarrhea? That lightens it up a little bit because it's such a serious topic to talk about. Our
Yeah.
feeling is you can't recover if you're dead, and it's not my time to judge when that time is going to happen.
Right.
So we want you alive. And that's the way our entire group, the Flagler County Drug Court Foundation, we're 100% volunteers, and every person in that group, okay, has a heart to help people. They're there because they've been there, done that. I have several families that have lost children to overdoses, and they're there to see if they can help other people not go through what they went through. We have people that have been through the drug court program, and in that we've had fully recovered people, and we have just other people that get involved because they want to help and be real. It's not about the money. Money's
Man.
important. Money's important, and we need it because most of the things we do cost money to
Well, now,
provide.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I went ahead. I've sent this to Alan, but it's actually your GoFundMe link. Is that it's the GoFundMe.com/charity/the Flagler County Drug Court Foundation.
I didn't know that was there. Somebody must have put it out for us.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll put it up if people
Yeah.
want to. Well, you might want to
Yeah.
find out first.
Yeah. Yeah. Find out. Make sure it's going to the right place.
Right.
We have on our webpage, there's a donate button, and you can
Okay.
donate right there. We do two major fundraisers a year right now. In the fall, which we're coming into, we're in that now. We have what we call a Ride for Recovery, which we've been doing for many years. It features motorcycles. In the last couple of years, we've added Jeeps, and now we've got Ford Broncos. Any four-wheel vehicle or three-wheel,
Right.
is welcome to join us that day. And we start off here in Palm Coast at the Texas Roadhouse Restaurant. It'll be on November 1st. We register there at 8:30, and we try to leave around 9:30. And we get out, and they go out on about a 2-hour ride, and they end up at a place called the 2K Ranch out in the western part of our county, which is a beautiful location, and they have a nice place for us to have we've got a pig roast that day. We've got a lot of sides, desserts, games, auction raffle items, and it's a
Live
fun day.
music.
Well, no, we have semi-live music,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
all pre-recorded, but we have a fun day,
Right.
and so we use that as one of the things we do to raise money. And every one of our fundraisers has two functions: one, to raise some money, okay; two, to educate our community, to give them more information, what we do, why we do it.
Right.
Okay. If you're probably familiar with the word of stigmatism, stigmatism is how we treat people that are in addiction because of Hollywood. They're nothing but bums, crooks, no good. They'll never amount to anything. Why bother? Well, that's not what it is. They aren't.
Well, we
Okay.
don't have a choice.
So we need to change our attitude.
Yes.
Okay. When we talk about people like that, so the biggest help that people out there can be to the world of recovery is
Mm-hmm.
to get knowledge and understanding what causes people to get involved and change their attitude, just so they're not pumping people with all this bad talk. By just stopping that alone,
Right.
will dramatically increase
Misinformation.
the success.
Yeah.
Okay? So when we have our fundraisers, a big part of that is telling people what's going on, things that we're talking about here, and how
So
you can
that's like
help.
coming right up.
Oh, yeah, it's only a few weeks away,
Man,
November
that should be
1st.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, and they can find more information both on our website and our Facebook page, which is probably even more active than our website,
I think
Flagler
we have a
County.
QR code for you that we'll put in.
Okay, that'd be good. So those are the things that we do. So we're helping people with education, with life skill classes, with auto repairs, with all kinds of stuff, housing, which has become very difficult
Mm-hmm.
because of the pricing and stuff with that. But we also have a small loan program that we offer to the people. If they have a legitimate expense and they can't afford it at that point, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been doing good in drug court, we sign a contract, we give them X number of dollars, we don't go real high, and
Right.
they get 6 months interest free to pay the loan back. If they maintain the top level in drug court and pay their payments on time, we forgive the last two payments. So we're
Whoa.
teaching them this, that's a life. Do it right, and there's a benefit.
Incentive is what it's called.
That's right. That's it. There's a lot of community service involved in the drug court program, and they learn how to give back is such an important part of their recovery.
Mm-hmm.
So all
I
those kinds of things that we have going on is the benefit of the program, and we'd love as many people that
so
can come out in their
you need what, mentors,
yes,
people that have these life skills, auto
yeah,
mechanics, doctors,
all
everything,
that.
huh?
When I go, we have a monthly meeting. We meet on the second Tuesday of every month, and one month it's on a Zoom meeting, one month it's in person because I think that a personal thing is still very important.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell people, what do we need? I said, we need more diversity in our group. And when I
Yeah.
say diversity, it's not about skin color, religion, background, or anything. It's diversity in skills that can offer. So if somebody needs something, we got people in those areas that we can direct them to and help them. You give
Right.
the mentorship is very important in different aspects. So that's what we need. So if there's anybody out there that's listening to this, we need your help. Okay, I can use your physical help. I can use your monetary help. I could use both. Um, Come out
Right.
to the Ride for Recovery. Okay, enjoy the day. Enjoy the pig roast and all the sides that we have.
Right.
Meet people because a lot of our participants are going to be out there, and you can talk to them about what they're going through, and they'll talk to you about what they've gone through and how and what's going on. In the
Mm-hmm.
spring is our second large fundraiser because we have two a year,
Okay.
and that's a golf tournament. So
Oh.
we're reaching out to a different marketplace at that time. So and we do the same thing there.
Mm-hmm.
Big part of that event is when everybody's in and the food is on the table, so they're quiet. We teach them what's happening with with substance abuse in Flagler County, and that's important because most of our people really have no clue what's happening in our county. We have been
Right.
in the last 7 or 8 years. We were between the second 10th highest overdose county in the state based on population. At one point, we were the highest overdose death county based on population. Years ago, we were the highest. We were the highest um, death county based on suicide. We have to deal with more mental issues. So mental health is all part of it. You can't divert. You can't separate it. It's all there. So
Yeah.
be part of the help. People, you can only be on one or two sides. Okay, you can be part of the problem or part of the solution.
Yep.
And like I said earlier, being part of the solution doesn't have to cost you a penny. Just has to take a little time to educate yourself on what's going on
Well,
so you
like
have a
right
better
now.
attitude. Yep.
I mean, just the smallest thing. Go to everybody watching, go to the Facebook page for the Flagler County Drug Recovery Foundation.
It's
Get
Flagler,
in there.
yeah, Flagler County Drug Court Foundation.
Oh, right.
That's it. You can also, since we're producing this here at the Flagler Voice, the Drug Court Foundation has a weekly podcast. It's called
Right.
The Road to Recovery, which we have people that are in recovery, people that have been in recovery, people that are helping in the recovery. We've had those families on board that have lost family members. Find out, you get a better understanding, and you can see some of the successes. I tell people to have a box of tissue with you because some of the stories are teary, but we have success. And the more people that are willing to see that, and just change that attitude. I'd love you to change your attitude and become an active member, but just don't become an active member keeping people in depression.
Right. Well, the whole issue of drug addiction is depressing. It is depression. It is, there's nothing positive. And not many people want to talk about it. But in addition to what you were saying about the two things that your Ride for Recovery provides, I think the third thing is that it's an event that people can go to, that bring the family and enjoy. You don't have to, nobody's going to be smoking bongs and stuff, and just a completely relaxed environment.
Yeah. Well, I am really sorry because this has been great, and we are coming to, actually, we're a little over our 30 minutes now, but that's okay since we control the buttons here.
Well, real quick, let me just I'll do a quick run through. It's the Flagler County Drug Court Foundation's annual Ride for Recovery fundraiser, and that's Saturday, November 1st. Check-in is at 8:30 a.m., kickstands up at 9:30, and it starts at the Texas Roadhouse in Palm Coast, and we're going to end at the 2K Ranch in Bunnell. Approximately 2 hours in duration, but if you want to have fun and spend the day, then spend the day. And there's going to be a pig roast, games, raffle and auction, a vendor fair, and quick reminder, it's not just motorcycles. The ride is open to all vehicles. It's $15 for the meal, $25 per driver, and $10 per passenger. It should be one heck of a great time. I can't wait for it.
Just so you know, if you sign up as a driver or as a passenger, the meal is included there. We have the extra thing for the meals for people that you can just come on out for the luncheon, and that's what you have to pay for that part. So we have it. We have people that just can't go on a 2-hour ride now, but they want to be there and they want to help, and then come on out for the food. So, listen, Kelly, I greatly appreciate the opportunity that you've given us to come on your program here and help us get the word out into our community.
And we'll get the word out for you.
Yeah, we're unusual. We're the only, as far as we know, the only drug court foundation that helps any of the drug courts in our state right now. We've been doing this since 2009. We've offered to help others try to get theirs started, but they haven't done it as yet. But if you talk to any, I'm sitting under the 5th judge that I've been with since the program started, and you can't find one of those 5 that would want us who've not been there. They don't want us leaving because if they see the additional help that we can offer our participants and getting them a successful ride through the program.
Well, Mike, thank you very, very much. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate all of your information, and mostly I appreciate what you do for the community. Very overlooked group of people. So thank you.
I appreciate it. Now we'll see if, and as Alan's told you in the past, don't hang up.
Okay.
I got to
take care.
Stop it, and we'll go from there. We're 99% uploaded already.
Hello, welcome to Good Vibes Nutrition, where every day is Friday. Good Vibes Nutrition was created to provide an environment of self-improvement through health, happiness, and community. Whether it's to lose weight, build muscle, gain more energy, or make friends, think of Good Vibes Nutrition as your Flagler Center hub for healthy living, personal happiness, and long-lasting relationships through the examples of kindness, encouragement, introductions, and pure love.